We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Just about set for football. The veteran Matt Gay has it teed up, and we are underway now at Lucas Oil Stadium. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, sixth-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a sixth-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Here's Minshew. Able to get away. Buying time to his left. Good work by Minshew there to pick up the first.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Now Minshew. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll go Madison up the middle. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Kwity Paye. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. The deep to return is Josh Downs. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Richardson working from the gun. A short throw. This is caught by Cox.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Richardson to throw off play action. In trouble, and he's taken down. Malcolm Kuntz leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Here's Richardson to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. A good pickup there, a 22.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Play action. Now Richardson. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now Richardson. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And shedding through the tackle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Going to run with Madison again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd and 7. Minshew sets to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Robert Spillane able to bring him down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Off play action. Richardson lets one go downfield for Pierce. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now here come the Raiders. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Off play action, it's Minshew. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kwity Paye, what a start to this ball game. Still in the first quarter, and he now has 3 sacks, on pace for double digits. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And the pressure gets to him again. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Richardson looking to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Raiders. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Short throw caught by Bowers. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now a give to Madison. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this 1st half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Out of the gun is Minshew. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation,
That's true.
Right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They go play action with Richardson. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That one finds Pierce right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Robert Spillane, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Richardson. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. No gain on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. A defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Raiders now set to get the football back. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll go play action here with Minshew. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Open man right side, Myers. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
On the handoff, it's Madison. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. This is a screen to Abdullah. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down and a yard. Off the option, here's Taylor. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Richardson. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Here's Richardson to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Richardson looking to throw this. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Richardson out of the shotgun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
That complete to Downs. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Now Richardson. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Richardson. Now this taken in by Downs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 29, Richardson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he's got a 1st down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. Richardson working from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Brandon, there was more on his mind there than just getting to the 1st down marker. Saw an opportunity to get a big play and was going to let the defense do a lot to stop him from getting there.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Forced out, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
Gay is on for the point after. And it's 21-3. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Now Minshew. It's Myers again with another catch. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's Minshew. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
2nd and 10. Minshew sets to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Richardson looking to throw. This pass left side to Downs. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Connecting over the middle with Downs. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The Colts got a strong first half from their quarterback, Anthony Richardson. And he did it with his legs, accounting for 3 first-half touchdowns on the ground. Sensational.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Richardson. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2nd and 6. Again, it's Taylor. A strong running. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Eyes the crossing route, and he finds Pittman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Richardson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. That is caught. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9 yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On the delay, this is Abdullah. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's A.J. Cole now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And they run the option on second down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Richardson able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Back to throw now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's 3rd and 6. Richardson. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Oh, spinning away. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
This is 2nd and 8. Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Colts extend their lead yet again. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Las Vegas's offense back out there ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And out across midfield down to the 45. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
They'll go Madison up the middle. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Another carry now for Madison. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Alexander Madison. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he gets it to go to make this a 35-10 score now. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And they'll begin by running the option. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here's Richardson to throw. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Now Richardson. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, Most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
2nd down and 8. Running left, Taylor. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Richardson to throw off play action. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. This is caught, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley Cox, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Colts get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time, and that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Gay is on for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. This offense returns to the fold along with running back Alexander Madison. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Out of the gun is Minshew. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Bowers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 99 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
2nd down and 4. Going to run with Madison again, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Minshew. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's Madison. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now a give to Madison. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep to the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
They'll run it with Madison, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Madison running left. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Open man right side, Myers. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. On 4th down, Minshew. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers from 4 yards out. And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Well, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Richardson looking to throw this. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the fourth. So that's going to set the new standard for quarterbacks. It's a record 5th rushing touchdown of the game. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the fourth quarter to grow that lead.
But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in a blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's Minshew. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Minshew sets to throw. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He goes underneath to Abdullah. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew over the middle, complete. That's Marshall. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 42. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
That's complete. Again, he's got Marshall. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On the handoff, it's Madison. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now 2nd and 9. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Off play action, it's Minshew. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. DeForest Buckner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out, and you and I, let's get to the airport.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Here's a 2nd and 8. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Myers. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.